What's up, guys and gals? Gabriel here again, and today I'll be doing part 2 of my Pokemon research video in Kalos again. So let's keep going, and look out for the legends of X, Y, and Z. Inkay, the revolving Pokemon, a dark and psychic type. It spins while making its luminescent spots flash. These spots allow it to communicate with others by using different patterns of light. By exposing foes to the blinking of its luminescent spots, Inkay demoralizes them, and then it seizes the chance to flee. Malabar, the overturning Pokemon, a dark and psychic type. Gazing at its luminescent spots will quickly induce a hypnotic state, putting the observer under Malabar's control. It's said that Malabar's hypnotic powers played a role in certain history-changing events. Binacle, the two-handed Pokemon, a rock and water type. After two Binacle find a suitable sized rock, they adhere themselves to it and live together. They cooperate to gather food during high tide. If the two don't work well together, both their offense and defense fall apart. Without good teamwork, they won't survive. Barbaracle, the collective Pokemon, a rock and water type. 7 Binacle come together to form one Barbaracle. The Binacle that serves as the head gives orders to those serving as the limbs. Having an eye on each palm allows it to keep watch in all directions. In a pinch, its limbs start to act on their own to ensure the enemy's defeat. Skrelp, the mock kelp Pokemon, a poison and water type. It drifts in the ocean, blending in with floating seaweed. When other Pokemon come to feast on the seaweed, Skrelp feasts on them instead. Skrelp looks like a piece of rotten seaweed, so it can blend in with seaweed drifting on the ocean and avoid being detected by enemies. Dragalge, the mock kelp Pokemon, a poison and dragon type. Dragalge uses a poisonous liquid capable of corroding metal to send tankers that enter its territory to the bottom of the sea. Dragalge generates dragon energy by sticking the plume on its head out above the ocean surface and bathing it in sunlight. Clauncher, the water gun Pokemon, a water type. Clauncher's claws can fall off during battle, but they'll regenerate. The meat inside the claws is popular as a delicacy in Galar. By detonating gas that accumulates in its right claw, this Pokemon launches water like a bullet. This is how Clauncher defeats its enemies. Clawitzer, the howitzer Pokemon, a water type. After using the feelers on its oversized claw to detect the location of prey, Clawitzer launches a cannonball of water at its target. Clawitzer's right arm is a cannon that launches projectiles made of seawater. Shots from a Clawitzer's cannon arm can sink a tank. Helioptile, the generator Pokemon, an electric and normal type. When spread, the frills on its head act like solar panels, generating the power behind this Pokemon's electric moves. The sun powers this Pokemon's electricity generation. Interruption of that process stresses Helioptile to the point of weakness. Heliolisk, the generator Pokemon, an electric and normal type. A now-vanished desert culture treasured these Pokemon appropriately. When Heliolisk came to the Galar region, treasure came with them. One Heliolisk basking in the sun with its frill outside is all it would take to produce enough electricity to power a city. Tyrant, the royal hire Pokemon, a rock and dragon type. Its large jaw has incredible destructive power. Some theories suggest that it's restored from its form of long time ago. Tyrant is spoiled and selfish. It may just be trying to frolic, but sometimes the ones it's trying to frolic with are gravely injured. Tyrantrum, the despot Pokemon, a rock and dragon type. Complete restoration is impossible, allowing room for theories that its entire body was once covered in a feather-like coat. The king of the ancient world, it can easily crunch a car with the devastating strength of its enormous jaws. Amora, the tundra Pokemon, a rock and ice type. It lived in cold areas in ancient times. It's said that when Amora whinnies, auroras appear in the night sky. Amora was restored successfully, but it's not expected to live long because of the heat of the current environment. Auroras, the tundra Pokemon, a rock and ice type. An Auroras was found frozen solid within a glacier, just as it appeared long ago, which became quite a big event in the news. This usually quiet and kindly Pokemon has a surface temperature of around -20-40 degrees Fahrenheit. Sylveon, the intertwining Pokemon, a fairy type. By releasing enmity-erasing waves from its ribbon-like feelers, Sylveon stops any conflict. There's a Galarian fairy tale that describes a beautiful Sylveon vanquishing a dreadful dragon Pokemon. Hawlucha, the wrestling Pokemon, a fighting and flying type. It drives its opponents to exhaustion with its agile maneuvers, then ends the flash with a flashy finishing move. It always strikes a pose before going for its finishing move. Sometimes opponents take advantage of that time to counterattack. Dedenne, the antenna Pokemon, an electric and fairy type. A Dedenne's whiskers pick out electricity waves other Dedennes send out. These Pokemon share location of food or electricity with one another. Since Dedenne can't generate much electricity on its own, it steals electricity from outlets or other electric Pokemon. Carping, the jewel Pokemon, a rock and fairy type. Some say that deep beneath the surface of the world, a pack of Carping live with their queen and a kingdom of jewels. To keep the jewels on their bodies free of tarnish, packs of Carping use their soft manes to polish one another's jewels. Gumi, the soft tissue Pokemon, a dragon type. Because most of his body is water, it will dry up if the weather becomes too arid. It's considered the weakest dragon Pokemon. Their horns are powerful sensors. As soon as Gumi pick up any sign of enemies, they go into hiding. This is how they've survived. Sliggoo, the soft tissue Pokemon, a dragon type. Although this Pokemon isn't very strong, its body is coated in a caustic slime that can melt through anything, so predators stay clear away from it. The lump on its back contains its tiny brain. It thinks only of food and escaping its enemies. Goodra, the dragon Pokemon, a dragon type. Sometimes it misunderstands instructions and appears dazed or bewildered. Many trainers don't mind, finding this behavior to be adorable. Its form of offense is forcefully stretching out its horns. The strikes land 100 times harder than any blow from a heavyweight boxer. Klefki, the key-ring Pokemon, a steel and fairy type. This Pokemon is constantly collecting keys. Entrust the Klefki with important keys, and the Pokemon will protect them no matter what. Klefki sucks in metal ions with the horn topping its head. It seems this Pokemon loves keys so much that its head needed to look like one too. Phantom, the stump Pokemon, a ghost and grass type. After a lost child perished in the forest, their spirit possessed a tree stump, causing the spirit's rebirth as this Pokemon. With a voice like a human child's, it cries out to lure adults deep into the forest, getting them lost among the trees. Trevenant, the Elder Tree Pokemon, a ghost and grass type. People fear it due to be believed that it devours anyone who try to cut down trees in its forest, but to the Pokemon, it shares its woods with its kind. Small roots that extend from the tip of this Pokemon's feet can tie into the trees of the forest and give Trevenant control over them. Pumpkaboo, the pumpkin Pokemon, a ghost and grass type. Spirits that wander this world are placed into Pumpkaboo's body. They are then moved on to the afterlife. The light that streams out from the holes in the pumpkin can hypnotize and control the people and Pokemon that see it. Gourgeist, the pumpkin Pokemon, a ghost and grass type. Eerie cries emanate from its body to the dead of night. The sounds are said to be the wails of spirits who are suffering in the afterlife. In the darkness of a new moon night, Gourgeist will come knocking. Whoever answers the door will be swept off to the afterlife. Burgemite, the ice chug Pokemon, an ice type. They chill the air around them to negative 150 degrees Fahrenheit, freezing the water in the air into ice that they use as armor. This Pokemon lives in areas of frigid cold. It secures itself to the pack of an Avalugg by freezing its feet in place. Avalugg, the iceberg Pokemon, an ice type. At high altitudes, this Pokemon can be found with clusters of Bergmite on its back as it swims among the icebergs. As Avalugg moves about during the day, the cracks in its body deepen. The Pokemon's body returns to a pristine state overnight. Noibat, the Soundwave Pokemon, a flying and dragon type. After nightfall, they emerge from the caves they nest in during the day. Using their ultrasonic waves, they go on the hunt for ripened fruit. No wavelength of sound is beyond Noibat's ability to produce. The ultrasonic waves it generates can overcome much larger Pokemon. Noivern, the Soundwave Pokemon, a flying and dragon type. Aggressive and cruel, this Pokemon will ruthlessly torment enemies that are helpless in the dark. Flying through the darkness, it weakens enemies with ultrasonic waves that could crush stone. Its bangs finish the fight. Xerneas, the life Pokemon, a fairy type. Legends say it can share eternal life. It slept for 1,000 years in the form of a tree before its revival. When the horns on its head shine in 7 colors, it is said to be sharing everlasting life. Yveltal, the destruction Pokemon, a dark and flying type. When this legendary Pokemon's wings and tall feathers spread wide and glow red, it absorbs the life force of living creatures. When its life comes to an end, it absorbs the life energy of every living thing and turns into a cocoon once more. Zygarde, the Order Pokemon, a dragon and ground type. This is Zygarde when about 10% of its pieces have been assembled. It leaps at its opponent's chest and sinks its sharp fangs into them. Born when around 10% of Zygarde cells have been gathered from all over, this form is skilled in close-range combat. This is Zygarde's form when about half of its pieces have been assembled. It plays the role of monitoring the ecosystem. Some say it can change to an even more powerful form when battling those who threaten the ecosystem. And this is Zygarde's perfected form. From the orifice on its chest, it radiates high power energy that eliminates everything. Born when all of Zygarde's cells have been gathered together, it uses force to neutralize those who harm the ecosystem. Diancie, the Jewel Pokemon, a rock and fairy type. A sudden transformation of Carbink, its pink glimmering body is said to be the loveliest sight in the whole world. It can instantly create many diamonds by compressing the carbon in the air between its hands. Hoopa, the Misty Pokemon, a psychic and ghost type. In its true form, it possesses a huge amount of power. Legends of its avarice tell how it once carried off an entire castle to gain the treasure hidden within. It is said to be able to seize anything it desires with its 6 rings and 6 huge arms. With its power sealed, it is transformed into a much smaller form. And Volcanion, the Steam Pokemon, a fire and water type. It lets out billows of steam and disappears into the dens of fog. It's said to live in mountains where humans do not tread. It expels its internal steam from the arms on its back. It has enough power to blow away a mountain. Thank you for watching this research video, everyone. And to wrap it all off, we have another Pokemon rap for all the Pokemon in the Kalos region. Let's go!
Yeah! The Poke Rap's back and we're gonna go worldwide! Let's go! Pokemon worldwide!
Lots of new places that we gotta explore.
Pokemon worldwide!
Gotta catch them all and now we gotta catch more.
Go, Goomy, Greninja, Goodra, Honed, Heliolisk, Hawlucha, Hoopa, Furfro, Fletchling, Froakie, Fennekin, Clauncher, Carbink, Klefki, Quilladin, Tyrant, Talonflame, Trevenant, Ligoo, Scatterbug, Spupa, Slurpa, Pumpkaboo, Meowstic, Malamar, Sylveon, Spritzy, Delphox, Scroungy, Dedenne, Bunnelby! Pokemon worldwide!
Looking high and low all over the land.
Pokemon worldwide!
With brand new friends to lend us a hand.
Amora, Aromatisse, Avila, Inkay, Frogadier, Florges, Flowette, Flabebe, Legender, Esper, Noibat, Skiddo, Swirlix, Netleo, Chespin, Pangaro.
We know we can't give up on our quest to be the best. We will live up to our dreams and the ultimate test.
Pyroar, Pancho, Helioptile, Diggersby, Gorgeist, Chestnut, Aegislash, Diancie, Hollizer, Vivian, Bergmite, Barkle, Tarantum, Aurorus, Phantom, Binacle, Skrell, Dogblade, Braixen, Noivern, Xerneas, Yveltal, Zygarde, Volcanion. Pokemon worldwide!
Lots of new places that we gotta explore.
Pokemon worldwide!
Gotta catch them all and now we gotta catch
This
more.
quest is going worldwide!
Looking high and low all over the land.